Hello, friends. Hi, how are we today? I hope we are all doing well. I am doing fantastic. I am here for the week of February 17th through February 23rd. And I am using this beautiful kit from Let's Plan It. I am so pumped that she released this kit. As you guys know, I go to the cottage or the cabin every single year at this time, and I have done for the past 4 or 5 years at this point. It's been good to do. And I am just happy to have a kit that really reflects that, embodies that, and it's just a stunning kit. It's really not what the artwork I normally use, so it's just nice to diversify in the planner. And what I ended up doing on this week was I ended up doing something. I don't do it very often, but usually when I am going away on trips, it's something that I do. So I move all of my full boxes to the very top of the page, and you'll obviously see this when I lay everything down, but I move all of my full boxes to the top of the page, and I then have more space at the bottom without anything breaking it up, to write everything, and that way I can decrease my use of day extenders. That I really don't love using day extenders, but so be it. Like, it happens. Anyway, this was such a fun week, but it was also a very hard week. The entire family, all 4 of us, were away, and we were snowed in, which was great. If you haven't seen my last plan with me, you should absolutely go check it out. And in fact, I'll just insert a picture right here of the snow. So, for the record, the snow where I am standing, where I'm taking that picture from, is as tall as me. So, it was a great week. It was great. But you'll notice a theme in my day by day. And one of the issues was that the snow on the roof above the door, because there's the heating from the door and the heating from the cabin, there was a layer of ice, but it was never clearing before it got a chance to get off the roof. So the snow itself was on the roof, and it was 6 feet high approximately, but then there was also 1.5 to 2 feet of just straight up ice. So my stepdad is actually a roofer, and he had his men in the area working on the clubhouse of the ski hill that we were staying on. So he had his men come by and take it down. Well, the problem was that there is nowhere for the snow to go. The snow that had fallen was already off the deck, and it was already 8 feet high in the air, which is just wild, just freaking wild. So there was nowhere for it to go. So we were snowed in. They made the tiniest little path off there, but that wasn't going to work. So mainly myself, but my kids and my husband also helped to try and clear the snow from the deck to the best of our ability. We made some headway, but not much. And there was just nowhere for it to go on all sides of the deck, which was wild. It ended up being like 10 feet. It was insane. When you climb to the top of that snow pile, you are higher than the level of the roof of the cabin. Anyway, it was wild. Let me just insert another picture because I have to. So, this is me standing on top of the snow pile looking at the roof. And as you can see, there's like 1 foot to 2 feet of ice. It's, anyway. That was my week. And that was what a lot of the week was focused on, which is not surprising. I always forget that the Let's Plan It kits don't have full boxes if you don't get the bigger version of the kit, or not a full box. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't need a full sheet of the Monday through Sundays, but anyway, I pulled in that orange because the fire in this kit had orange in it, so I thought it might match. When you look at it on camera, it so very clearly doesn't match, but it'll do. It's not the worst in the world. Anyway, so on Monday, I am pulling in Squidge family. It was family day on this day. And then I had only had 2 hours of sleep. It was awful. I spent some time shoveling, and then there was a coffee crisis. There was zero coffee up at the cabin. And then my littlest didn't go for a nap, so that was joyous. But my big guy was still sick, and he napped for 3 hours. So I used Coffee Monsters Co. emojis and squidges on this day. Then on Tuesday, my husband and I were sick, and it was confirmed to be influenza. That was awful. We went on a family walk though, and I used a squidge to mark that. And then obviously I shoveled. I had 2 bubble baths on this day, so I used a fox and cactus icon for that. We went into town to get the coffee, obviously. And then my husband and I were just so sick. We got McDonald's for the kids for dinner, and we just didn't eat. And we both went to bed by 8 p.m. It was a very, very tough night. Then on Wednesday, I switched up the icon. I had just used a snow icon, but I thought this house with the snow on the roof was more appropriate. It snowed 1 foot overnight. Also, the other thing is it was the middle of February. It was still snowing in the northern hemisphere here. So, it snowed a foot overnight. I had been so proud of like removing the snow from the deck. Then I shoveled for probably 2 hours on this day. It was a lot. And then I noted again with another emoji that my husband and I were still quite sick. But we have to parent, and so we took the kids down to skating. No one was at the rink, which was really good. And we skated for an hour. The kids just had a great, my big guy did. My littlest doesn't like skating, but my big guy didn't like skating at this age either. Then I just pulled in a script from the kit and the paper and milk laundry icon to note that I did laundry on this day. I had a long nap. I played with the kids, and then I went to bed so early again. On Thursday, I had a horrible sleep. You're sick. It's not great. So I used that with a squidge, and then I just noted that we were still sick, my husband and I. It was rough. It's bad when one of you is sick. It's worse when both of you are sick. So another squidge, and then I just wrecked it, and it's sort of the top part came off of the bottom paper, but it's fine. It's fine. Then I used a Coffee Monster Co. icon to note that I vacuum, and then I did all of my paperwork for the California closets. That's Sweet Tea Sticker Co. I did some drawing with the kids, another squidge with that, and then I just put the house with snow on it to note that we were snowed in. So we watched the Four Nations finals that night, my husband and I, and then I took another bath, just because I had to. On Friday, it was freezing cold. So prior it had been cold, but not freezing cold. This was so stinking cold. But we walked down, we rented some skis on this day. And then I tried to take my kid skiing, and he just was still getting over whatever he had. It was not a really fun time. So I just let it go. We were going to try again the next day. I finished Onyx Storm on this day, and then I had another hour plus of shoveling. Then my biggest guy and I did outdoor play, and we had like a full snowball fight. It was really fun. And I started Butcher and Blackbird on this night. So very much a nice, relaxing end to my day. And I was starting to feel better. On Saturday, I did 30 minutes of shoveling and breaking up the ice. And then we did skating, but we had to snowshoe to the skating. Then a Sweet Tea Sticker Co. icon to note that we had lunch at the club. Then I took my kid skiing, my big kid skiing, and he loved it. So I'm really, really glad that we did that. We had more outdoor play. He built a snow slide down that big, massive pile, which was fun. My husband and I had an argument, but then we had a long discussion, and we all made up in the end. So it was very quick, and it was very good. And I mean, couples fight. It happens. I don't even know what it was about. Couldn't tell you. Could not tell you. Not for the life of me. On Sunday was a very, very big day because we were leaving the cabin. So we changed the sheets. We did laundry, and we cleaned the cabin. So changing the sheets, the icon is from the Prairie Planner. Laundry, I'm assuming that my laundry icon was from, laundry was another Prairie Planner icon. And then cleaning was paper and milk, and I just brought trash. Mainly our big thing was we had to take out the trash. So I used a day extender for that one. And then I used another paper and milk Maru just to note that I packed. We had been there for 9 days at this point, from is it 9 days? Yeah, Saturday to Sunday, 8 days. Anyway, we had been there for a long time, and so I had packed up. I did some more shoveling just to get the deck cleared, and then we drove home. When I got home, I realized that it had also snowed in my home, which was 2 hours away, so I shoveled for another 45 minutes, and I finally had a glorious shower. I did Laundry Mountain, I tidied, and then my Stick with the Plan Co. order arrived, and that was everything. That was my entire week. It was so much fun, a lot of work, but fantastic, and I liked it.